guys, welcome to Freedom in a Budget. It is Dumping Debt Friday time. As you guys know, this is the time where I answer your questions, celebrate your money wins. So if you have any financial or personal questions for me, please leave them down below in the comments. Or if you have a money win, leave that down below as well. And I'm so excited. I'll be answering those in an upcoming video. I am a couple of weeks behind in questions. I keep them on a Word document, so it takes me a little bit to get through the questions. So if you asked a question, I haven't got to it yet, stay tuned. It'll be coming up. And yeah, so some really great questions. You guys are sending some good ones in. So let's get started right away. First one is from Amanda Seibert. She's awesome. She is has a Weight Watchers channel, which I absolutely love. She's incredible. And she says, I have a difficult time knowing how much I'm spending as I'm walking through the grocery store. How do you know for sure that you're staying on budget? I usually use online grocery shopping pickup so I can see how much I'm spending right there, but I can't pay with cash. So that's a really good question. I actually typically buy about the same stuff every week, so I have an idea of how much it's going to cost, and I also just keep mental track in my head of, okay, that was $3, okay, that was $10, okay, that was $4, and just keep track of it in my head. My brain is just a math brain, so it just works well like that. And then by the time I get to the register, I always round up so that when I get to the register, it's actually lower than what I expected. And I know some people that keep track on their phone, they'll just have the calculator out and they'll add it there. Some other people, they have the little clicker, so every time they do like $3, they go click, 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 and then I'll tell you how many clicks you have. But online grocery pickup is really cool. I haven't done it yet because Aldi doesn't have it, but it's been really cool to see other people do it, and just way to stop that impulse shopping. You cancel impulse with different things that it shows you on the site, but it's a lot easier than as you're strolling past the Oreos, you're like, I'm just gonna grab those. Whereas online you can be like, nope, they don't look good, we're not gonna take them. So it really does help with impulse shopping for a lot of people. You can't pay cash with it, like you said, you do have to pay online. But if you want, you can always swap out your cash when you get home, of saying, like, okay, we pulled it from there, now we're gonna take that out of my wallet so that next week I do it, I have $35 remaining, and so I know I can only spend that next week. Or just making sure that you're keeping track on your budget, making sure that you're referring to your budget before you check out, and so you can see, okay, I have $55 for this week, how much am I going to spend? Am I at $58? Okay, I need to put something back. It's that same concept, but just don't use that as a reason to spend more. If you're doing it and you have $55 in your budget and you're only at $45, don't go and be like, all right, $10 more to spend. No, keep that $10 and use that at the end for your debt snowball or whatever goal you're on. All right, next one is from Arthrodia. I still can't pronounce your name. I really want to know. And she says, hey Kelly, I was wondering, have you and Jamie talked strategy for finance for buying a house at some point? We have and we haven't. I am actually really careful about how much we talk about housing and how much we look into it, because I don't want to do it too much and then get house happy and just get get that like I need to have it right now mentality. Whereas when I start researching, I start doing that stuff, I get really excited. I'm like, all right, like, let's do it now, let's do it. We still have a couple years down the road before we can do that. So I'm trying not to do it as much as possible. Right now my main goal is just to start throwing cash at it and saving as much as we can, so when the time does come, we have plenty of cash. We will be doing 20% down and a 15-year fixed rate mortgage. That's non-negotiable. Those two will be happening. We would like to build, but who knows? It is hard to build in my area. There aren't empty lots. So if we did, we'd probably have to build, buy an older home and then knock it down and rebuild on the property. But some properties here are $400,000 or $500,000 just for the property, and then you still have building costs and stuff. There has been a couple properties that we've looked into and just kind of, we see the sign out front and so we're like, let's just give it a call. And then we're like, holy cow, $400,000 just for the lot. It's just crazy. But, we do live in South Florida, and South Florida is very expensive. very, very expensive. So if we do go farther out west, it gets a little cheaper. If we go north, it gets cheaper. But going north, that's like 2 hours north. So we wouldn't be able to work at our current jobs and do that. Ultimate, like, big dream personally, I would love to live in like Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, something like that, where it's still the southern states and still a little bit warmer. And you can get like a 6-bedroom house for like $200,000 with like an acre of land. Here, most lots are under a third of an acre. They're very, very small lots with no yard. So, you know, I want to grow up, like, as crazy as people, like, they don't like, they want like a cul-de-sac. Even if the houses all look the same, I don't care, but I just want like good neighborhoods, developments where everyone knows everyone, you know, your kids are all playing together and stuff like that. Just a huge dream of mine. But realistically, with our jobs right now, that couldn't happen. You know, I have a possibility of maybe working remote, and Jamie, he can't work remote. So, you know, who knows where God's going to have us, but long term, that's what I would love to do, is to live in one of those houses up there. All right, next one is from Bonnie Roggenbauer. Hope I said that right. She said, love the ideas. I have a budget question for you. Finally, after some struggles, my fiance is on board with paying off debt. That's really exciting. So excited. So from going from smallest to largest, he owes ER visit for about $800. Then we have a loan for $4,300 from my mom. Of course, it is interest-free. I was desperate in need of a car. We only borrowed money from her to pay cash for. But he also has a credit card balance with $5,200 and 21% interest. So would we pay off first? My mom said she contend till we wait next year. We are paying her $100 a month currently. Even though, you know, your credit card is high interest and your mom's loan is interest free, I would still do the debt snowball. If you do that with the paying minimums on your mom and the credit card, and then putting everything you can towards the $800, knock the $800 out. Do it for your mom, knock that out, and then hit the credit card. By the time that you get to the credit card, you'll be putting so much a month away towards it that it's going to go so quickly. This way you're really going to stay motivated, and I guarantee once you pay off that $800, you're going to be like, okay, what can we do? What can we sell? What can we do for a side hustle? Like, we need to get this gone. And it's going to give you so much excitement. Once you pay that off, it is such a great feeling, guys. It feels so good. So do whatever you can. But I really, really recommend the debt snowball. If you want to go against that and do the debt avalanche, that would be fine. So if you did that, then it would be the credit card, then the ER visit, and then your mom. And you would do that in order, and you would put everything you can towards the credit card. My biggest thing, like both of it, I personally recommend the debt snowball just because the motivation. A lot of times when you do the debt avalanche, your highest percent that you're paying on is also your highest bill, which is the situation with this. And it can be, you can get unmotivated because you're climbing this mountain and you're paying so much and so much and so much, and you're just like, when are we going to pay something off? Whereas a debt snowball, it's quick. It's quick wins. But you know, if you're afraid with how much interest you're saying, then do the debt avalanche. But stay focused. So many people, they'll be like, all right, $50 extra here, $50 extra here, $50 extra here, and they think they're making so much progress because they're paying interest or extra on everything. But you're paying so much little towards it. If you instead did $150 extra towards the ER bill, it's going to go out a lot faster and you're going to make momentum. So the biggest thing is just making sure that you are sticking to it. Stick to one of the goals. Stick to debt avalanche, stick to debt snowball, whatever it is, stick to it and have that laser focus. That's going to change everything for you and be so motivating, and it's going to be awesome. But whatever way that you choose, whether it be debt avalanche, debt snowball, let me know when you pay off that first debt. Let me know when you do, because I want to celebrate that with you. And then you're going to let me know when you pay off the second one, and then you're going to let me know when you're debt free, and it's going to be awesome. Yeah, can't wait. All right, next one is live the life you love. And she said, have you had to cut back or give up anything in your lifestyle to get to and to stay at the stage in your life? That is a great question. I don't know if you're new to my channel, but if you aren't, go back, watch some of my older videos, and you'll see like how much I had to cut. I was only spending $100 a month on groceries, and I was not eating out. I was, you know, eating boring food every day, but I sacrificed. You know, so many of my coworkers were going out, getting lunches and going shopping and getting all these deliveries to work and all this stuff, and yep, not me. And it kind of sucks sometimes, you know, having to say no to friends. And, you know, we had so many friends that would go on camping trips and go to the Keys and go here and go here. And, yep, had to say no, you know, because I'm getting out of debt, saving for a wedding. But, you know, the reward was so great. And I talked about so many times of, you know, how great it felt leaving the reception at my wedding, knowing that we paid cash. We didn't owe a penny to anyone. We did it. It felt so good, guys, so good. It felt incredible. And now we're almost a year into our marriage and we still have no debt, and it's just such an awesome feeling, and it's just so great. Are we sacrificing? Not as much, you know, but it is, you know, there are times that I feel like Jamie's sacrificing more than I am. I'm more content in this, and, you know, he's still getting used to it, and he's still, you know, wanting to go out and do this and do that. But, you know, we're saving for vacations, and we're saving for a new car, and we're saving for a house, and for some really great memories. And I'd rather have those bigger memories of those vacations, the cruises, than going out to eat again and going out to eat again. And even like now that I'm on Weight Watchers and counting points, I used to love going out to eat, and now I'm like, I can make that same wrap for 4 points at home. So not only am I spending more money in points, I'm also spending more dollars. Like, that's not worth the points. And it's so crazy how the like budgeting and weight loss community have come together, and it's just so cool of just kind of having that mentality of, I don't want to spend the points, I don't want to spend the money. But it's been really cool. And, you know, we've already gone on a couple great vacations and mini vacations in Disney and our cruise and stuff. Now we have another cruise coming in December, and it's just so exciting. All right, next question is from Sensible Living with Money Mom, and she says, thank you for always answering my question. Here's a good question for you. What would Dave say if emergency came up and you did not have enough to cover it? What advice would he do? Example, you have a $1,500 plumbing repair. You only have $1,000. This is while paying off debt. I love this series, Kelly, and I appreciate you taking the time to do this. So what I would do is two things. First is I would pay minimums on everything else. And I would pause the debt snowball, you know, pay minimums on everything. So any extra money would go towards this plumbing bill. So hopefully you have an extra, you know, a couple $100 that you're putting towards your debt snowball each month. If not, and in addition to that, I would get my side hustle up, guys. You know, do whatever you have to do. Make some calls and say, you know, hey, I'm selling this now, or hey, you know, I started this Etsy shop. Would you like to do it for YouTube? I'd make some extra videos. If you guys haven't seen, I started making lunches for my coworker, and, you know, so I would say, hey, does anyone else want to do this? I'd be happy to cook for you, meal prep for you. You know, you just pay for the groceries and like $10 more for the time. Some of you are like, heck yeah, I'll do that. Like, healthy eating and I don't have to cook. Yeah, I'll do it. I call my friends, hey, you know, do you need any babysitting? Or the babysitters that I am currently doing, I'll say, hey, you know, do you have any friends that are looking for a babysitter? Anything you can do. You know, just do whatever you can to get that $500. You're going to be surprised at, you know, how motivated you'll be, because you don't want to go back into debt. You don't want to go further into debt. So you are going to scratch and paw your way into getting anything you can. I think you'd be able to do it. All right, next question, and then we have our money wins. Next question is from Heidi White, and she says, hi Kelly, I was wondering if you ever share any of your investment details. I know you have mentioned that you've taken money out for retirement through your work. Do you have any investments outside of this? So yes, so we have, Jamie and I both max out our 401k, which is about 6%. And then, so we have it's like 6 or 7% that we do through 401k each through our work. They do match, but you don't count their match towards the 15% of your income. So that's what, 6 or 7%. And then we both max out our Roth IRAs each year. So that is $5,500 each, or $11,000 total. So between the two, we're at like between 15 and 17% of our income is going towards our retirement each year, which is really fun and exciting. So yes, we do that for investments. All right, and I have 2 money wins. First one is Jen L, and she says, thanks for doing these videos. You're a huge inspiration. I just started Daydream's baby steps, and I'm happy to report I have completed baby step 1. That's awesome. Baby step 2 is definitely scary, but I think where I could be right now if I started even just a few years ago. Keep the videos coming. That is awesome. Baby step 1, they say it's the hardest and the most important baby step to do because it really gets you out of your comfort zone. You know, some people it's doing whatever you can to get that $1,000, and other people they have $5 grand in the bank and just leaving $1,000 and putting that $4,000 towards debt. That can be really daunting. You know, that can be really scary for a lot of people, but it's so exciting. So I'm really excited for you, Jen. All right, last one is Sarah L. And she says, awesome, I love the way you did your budget and thank you so much for the playlist. I just watched them all and set up my budget. So that is awesome. Setting up your budget is so important, guys. It is a game changer. When you have that budget, when you own it, and even, I love how Sarah took the time and set it up herself. I love that. When you're in there and you're customizing it for yourself, you're changing the colors that you want, you're taking the time to build it, it is yours and you own it. Versus me just sending you a blank Excel sheet. I'd rather you not, because then you're just like, okay, yeah, I'll get to it when I get to it. But when you're making it yourself, it's totally different, and it's really just like, all right, this is mine. I made this, and we're gonna do this. Like, I took the 2 hours to make this Excel sheet. Heck yeah, I'm gonna fill it in every week and make sure it's up to date. So important. Make sure you're staying up to date with your budget. Make sure you're logging all your receipts every week. Don't wait till the end of the month and then you're like, oh crap, I overspent, or I have 100 receipts to fill in. How am I ever gonna get this done? No, do it right away, get it done, and make a habit out of it. All right, guys, I will talk to you later. Leave your questions down below, leave your money wins down below, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.